Call to order the regular council meeting of March 13th, 2017. Mrs. Miller, would you please call the roll?
Palella.
Here.
Council Magno.
Here.
Dixon.
Here.
Gibbons. Hannon.
Present.
Harrison.
Present.
McLean.
Here.
Mowry. O'Brien.
7 members present. Now there's 8. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under Chair announcements, an executive session of the council was conducted on Monday, February 27, 2017, to discuss personnel matters, and tonight, March 13, 2017, to discuss personnel matters. Let's go to the report of the officials, the library director's report.
Good evening. My name is Christine. I am the director of Your Public Library, where we provide services to inform, inspire, and enrich the community. I have a few services and classes to tell you about this evening. We have a new patron printing service. It's called Printer On, and it's now available to anyone, where you can print any document or web page from your phone or your tablet. All you have to do is download the Printer On app, which is available for iPhone and Android devices. In the app, there's a GPS locator that will tell you where the nearest Printer On locations are in your area. So your print job will be sent to that location. In this case, you choose the library. And it will be immediately available at the library circulation desk for 15 cents per page. We continue to host the AARP Tax Aids, where volunteer tax preparers are available on Tuesdays from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. through April 11th. This program is geared towards low to middle income individual with special attention to those who are over 60. We don't take appointments. This is first come, first serve. We ask that you bring last year's tax returns and documents related to your 2016 tax return. On Thursday, March 23rd at 7 p.m., we have a class on digital comics and graphic novels. This class will introduce you to the vast array of e-library comics and thousands of titles that are free to access with your library card. You'll learn how to use Hoopla, OneDrive, and our new Comics Plus database to read titles such as Adventure Time, The Walking Dead, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, and many others. Fundraising, we had an American Girl Tea Party on Sunday the 12th at the community center. It was a great success. I want to thank the staff and the volunteers that helped make this annual event a success. This is our 6th year. We had 90 little girls with their adult with them, and Mayor Allen's granddaughter won our Charlie Random won the American Girl Doll of the Year, Gabriella. So we thank everyone that attended. We look forward to doing it again next year. And coming on April 27th is an evening of spirit messages with psychic Reverend Debbie Packler. This event will be held at the community center. It is a fundraiser. It's $25 per ticket. If you're a fan of Long Island Medium, or if you remember when John Edward had his show on TV, it's going to be much that same format. And given the weather that we're expecting this evening, library delays and closings are reported on local TV stations, including WTAE, KDKA, and WPXI. And just a reminder that late fees are not charged when the library is closed. That's all I have this evening.
Thank you very much. Any questions of council? Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's have the police chief's report. Chief O'Connor.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Judge. Hey, Mr. Denson. I have one announcement tonight. On the 31st of March, it's a Friday, we're going to have our annual basketball game with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we are inviting everyone to come out. It is our department's main community event for the year. We would really like to see a big turnout. Bring the kids. Gates are opening at 6 p.m., free admission, and there'll be autographs. at the halftime, so you can get Steeler autographs, or you can get police autographs. Our Historical Society will have an auction in the lobby, and the high school boosters will run the concession stand. So again, that's Friday the 31st at 6 p.m., and we hope to see you all there. Okay, tonight we're going to recognize some members of the department for some of their remarkable achievements over the years. And we're going to start off with Detective Mattis and Officer Sean Gorman. Would you guys please come up? These two officers have spent, I guess, years studying to achieve an advanced degree, and recently both graduated after earning a master's degree. Sean from Penn State and Lance from California University of Pennsylvania. So we would like to acknowledge their achievement, and we know you guys spent countless hours of study on your own time, and that this is going to benefit you personally, and also your knowledge will benefit the department and the community. And we are in I guess, great awe of you guys doing this and putting forth that dedication and effort. So I would like to give you department certificates for your achievement. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Hard to talk.
Unequivocal endorsement.
Every year, department members vote, and they vote to select 3 individuals from amongst their ranks who exhibited great dedication and commitment over the course of the year. And through our Merit Award Foundation, these 3 individuals tonight that will receive their awards. So I would like to have Andy Amrine come up, and he's going to present the certificates and also checks and certificates to get from Buggy Bath, right? So we'll do it in order. Let me put over here and get the stuff. Our third place for the year will go to Sergeant David Arnold, and we'd like him to come up front here. Okay, our second place awardee this year is Officer Keith Jones. Come on up. And our first place winner will also receive a pin in addition to the other items, and will have his name engraved on a metallic plaque, which will be down in the lobby on the police side. And you guys are all welcome to come by and see it. So without further ado, our first place winner is Officer Colby Grubich. comments? Good.
Council, any comments? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, gentlemen. God bless. Thank you all. Okay, I'm done, unless you have any
Okay.
questions. Good?
No question for the chief?
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
Chief. Let's have the fire chief's report.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Bob Brown. I'm the Assistant Fire Chief at Bethel Park. Here to give you the report for the month of February, but before I do that, just a couple items. One thing, in the last couple weeks, actually, we responded to, I think, 2 or 3 different calls for either homeowners thought they had an odor of natural gas or just a strange odor in the house. What it's turned out to be is that it turned out to be sewer gas in 3 of the cases. And typically what that'll come from is a lot of times you'll have drains in your garage or your basement area that typically they don't ever get water flushed down there. And you need to try to remember on occasion to go ahead and pour water down the drains in the garage and in the basement areas. What that does is it's a trap area in there. It's like an S-bend, if you will. And the water sets in there and keeps the odors from rising into the home. Over time, if there's no water that goes into the drain, that may dry out, and that's how the odors will enter into the house. So just a reminder to the residents to keep an eye on that. And for that matter, you can put the water down any of the drains in your house, even a sink drain that's not used frequently in an area of the home. Again, any drain, it will help to do that. Second item, this past weekend, we just went to daylight savings time, moved the clocks forward. That's a reminder to change your smoke detector batteries and your CO detector batteries. It's a proven fact that smoke detectors and CO detectors do save lives. Unfortunately, if they don't have functioning batteries, they can't do that. So just again, a reminder, an assignment, if you will, homework assignment for those here and those watching at home. If you haven't done it yet, please do it, and I'll check back with you next month when I come up and make sure it was done. And for the month of February, we had a total of 25 fire calls. Just to break them down real quickly, 1 structure fire, 2 smoke investigations, we had 1 vehicle accident, 1 electrical condition, 2 gas leaks, 1 hazmat odor investigation, which was probably the odor of either rotten eggs or unknown odor that was the sewer gas. We assisted the police on 1 call. We had 1 call with power lines down, 2 storm-related calls, 3 calls where we were actually canceled en route, 8 fire alarms, and 2 CO alarms for a total of 25. And that is all I have, unless council
Anybody
has
have any
questions at all.
Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.
Next on our agenda, we have a guest, the District Magistrate for Bethel Park and Upper St. Clair, Ron Arnone.
I'm gonna let those guys get out, let them exit. Good evening. Distinguished members of council, Madam Acting Manager, Mayor, Mr. Solicitor, Chief, Administrators, welcome and thank you for having me this evening. Residents, I came tonight to give you just a little brief report or summation of what's going on with the district court. I don't know if it was Judy or somebody that asked if I'm going to plan on doing this every month, and the answer is no. And I'm sitting here because my report's going to be about 30 minutes. So just relax. I'm kidding. I'm going to be as brief.
Judge, we can rule you out of order. Just
I'm
more
sure
than
you
you can.
can, Mr. President, or Mr. Vice President, or Jim. But all due respect, I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate your time. And again, I just wanted to kind of give you a quick update. So this is kind of the state of the district court. I may do this annually, or maybe once every other year even, or something. But anyways, just some stats to go over first of all. Just to let you know that the district court collected well over $500,000 in this fiscal year. Of that, monies which came from criminal-related charges, summonses, traffic offenses, civil, and others. Some disbursements that you might be interested in. The total of disbursements were $466,768.96. Of that, the Allegheny Treasurer got $94,000. Bethel Park Municipality got $57,465.60. Bethel Park School District, $606.86. The Department of Revenue, $297,944.46. Upper St. Clair School District, $12.21. And Upper St. Clair Township Police, $16,394.01. So you can see by the number that was turned over in a disbursement amount over to the municipality of almost $60,000 this year. And what that means in terms of monies back to the municipality is that the police are out there working hard and doing the job of keeping the residents safe through traffic control and other means and measures. And those are where a lot of those collections of money come from. Also, some other significant numbers I wanted to give you in the way of stats. Our numbers this year overall, all the numbers across the board, have increased by 10%. And a number of some concern, but also just of the idea that the municipality is being proactive, as is the police department, and kudos to the chief. The criminal numbers are up 27.5% this year. And, you know, some may say, well, geez, that doesn't sound like a very good thing. But in fact, it's because the police have been proactive and they've been out there doing the job of taking care of some of the crimes and activities that have been going on in the municipality and in the area. You know, this district court encompasses almost 60,000 people in population. But on any given day, there's probably well over 100,000 people in this district when you consider the people that work here and you know, all the businesses and Southwest Village, et cetera. So it's a big area to cover. Additionally, something of interest, and kind of done with the numbers here, I don't want to bore you with all of them. If any of you ever have any interest in looking at anything in further detail, I'm always glad to help out. I would like to let you all know that our office was audited this past year, and that's common about every 3 or 4 years for every district court, and our audit came back perfect. So I was very delighted at that as well. With regard to the new office, I know that's been something of interest. I would like to let you all know that I'm hopeful that in the next 2 weeks' time, we should have an agreement hopefully in place and a new district court on the horizon. And of course, I respectfully am asking for a little more time from this body to make that happen, and appreciate your cooperation to that end. Also, you know that we do through the district court a lot of community service. That is, individuals come into court, provide community service to the community. If any of you ever have any ideas or interest in that regard, we have a great platform for community service, and we're always we always like to serve any endeavors that would help or be helpful to the community. So I would put that out there as well. Additionally, my court and myself, we have been doing a lot of presentations around the community and around the district, including at the high school, middle schools, related to drug and alcohol awareness programs and other programs for seniors, such as identity theft, fraud, and other interested presentations. And I wanted to bring that to your attention as well. We are ever so greatly keeping up with all the different laws as it relates to summonses, criminal matters, and school district matters involving truancy in particular. And there are many new laws coming into effect this year. Again, and details, I would ask that you come, and I'll be glad to share that with you. Lastly, with regard to traffic and traffic control, the chief and the department have done really an excellent job on trying to keep up with a high number of accidents that have been going on in the municipality. And the chief has had his guys in the department acting proactively out there in aggressive patrols to relate to the traffic accident issues that have been going on and somewhat plaguing the community, and I'd like that to certainly continue. One of the issues is distracted driving. As you know, texting and driving is a big problem. So is a number of other distracted driving issues that I see so often. And I just want to bring everyone, bring the attention up to that issue, saying, please don't text and drive. Please don't use your mobile device when you're operating your vehicle. You cannot afford, forget about the fines and costs or the penalties, if you swerve into a lane and kill somebody or injure somebody significantly. You cannot afford that. So please do not do it. And I know that's the message of the chief as well. Lastly, I wondered if anybody has any questions of myself while I'm here and representing the district court and my office. And if anybody does have any questions, I'd be glad to field them at this time. Otherwise, I'll let you get on with your business.
Mr. Hannon?
Mr. Harrison?
I'd simply like to thank Mr. Ardoni for his service. I can tell him from communicating with people in the community, he has a fantastic reputation of helping people get in trouble when they're adjudicated, to help them, guide them in the right direction. And we all appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mr. Harrison.
Mr. O'Brien?
I'd like to thank Ron for coming tonight, and also, Ron, you got your extension till November 31st.
Thank you, Councilman O'Brien. I do appreciate that greatly. I really do. And happy St. Patrick's Day, too. You got the green on and looking great. Anything further?
Any other comments?
All right.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you all so very much. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Let's go to the mayor's report. Mayor Allen.
I like that sitting down. Well, mine's going to be real short tonight. I just have a few items. The first item that I have, and I mentioned it last month, was the Adopt a Flower Bed campaign that we're doing. We actually have 10 different flower beds along Brightwood Road for the T, and we did have quite a few companies and people did sign up to help, but we have like 2 or 3 left, so we're still in need of a few more flower bed people. This year is going to be a little different because we're going to supply the mulch, the flowers. All you have to do is take care of it, weed it. There's no expense for you other than your work. I want to mention also about spring cleanup. And Janet left, but our spring cleanup is scheduled for April 22nd. And you can call Janet Davin no later than April 14th at 831-6800, extension 211. But I also want to mention that we do the cleanup twice a year. And unfortunately, the times between cleanups, some areas get, pretty well littered. So we're going to open this up that if you have a group, whether it be scouts or whatever, we will supply the jackets, the gloves, the bags, and if you're doing one of the main roads, we'll even supply a police escort. So if you have an organization that wants to do it other than twice a year, we're ready for that also. Next, we found out last week that Bethel Park has been again, for the 4th year, been a banner community. And I want to thank all staff for that because they work hard to get us that recognition. We'll be honored by Rich Fitzgerald down at the county courthouse at the end of March, and then also at the Allegheny League of Municipalities. So 4 years in a row being a banner community, it's a nice award. And lastly, we have a new commission called the Shade Tree Commission. So I'm just going to read what Ashley Moore has sent so everybody knows what this is, because I really didn't know what it is until she told me. So the municipality is seeking residents to serve on the Shade Tree Commission. The commission is a voluntary board appointed by council. Members are responsible for advising council over the preservation, planting, removal, and inventory of public trees on public property. Established and maintained trees have been proven benefit to the native wildlife and also improve property values. The commission will hold quarterly meetings and will assist with applying for grants and contributions for volunteer tree planting events. Residents who are excited about keeping their community should apply, but knowledge regarding botany or the environment would also be beneficial. So if you have an interest in this committee, resumes can be sent to our acting manager, Judy Miller, and we're going to accept resumes until March 22nd. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mayor. All righty, let's move to the approval of the minutes. Mr. McLean.
First item under approval of minutes is our regular council meeting of February 13th, 2017. I move that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of February 13th, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the regular council meeting minutes of February 13th, 2017. Any discussion from council? Mrs. Miller, please say the roll.
Colella.
Yes.
Council Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Next, we'll go to the bills and payrolls. Mr. McLean.
Under bills and payrolls, I move that we approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 031317 in the amount of $838,886.79.
There's a motion and a second to approve the bills and payrolls for municipality per bill list number 031317 in the amount of $838,886.79. Any discussion from council? Mr. Miller, please call the roll.
Council Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Next item on the agenda is the residents' comments on non-agenda items only. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address, and anyone who wants to speak. Hearing none, let's go to general policy and finance, and Mr. McLean.
There are no agenda items this evening under general policy and finance.
Any additional items?
Mr. Hannon.
Mr. Harrison.
I notice in the audience we have a Boy Scout from Troop 215. That's not the troop I'm associated with, but I have a long history with Scouts. And I just want to remind the young boy that if he sticks with the program and attains the rank of Eagle Scout, that's a thing that will serve him well for the rest of his life. So I encourage you to, do we have another one back there? I see that, yeah, there's a second scout. I couldn't see him, gee, well, but each of you guys, if you stick to it and get the rank of Eagle Scout, you'll find out that that's an entree to all sorts of opportunities during your life. So stick to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Any other additional comments? Okay, we'll move on to planning and zoning. Mr. Dixon.
We have several items under planning and zoning tonight. First item, application number 2016-0681, Bethel Park High School sign, conditional use, 309 Church Road. I move that we approve application number 2016-0681, Bethel Park High School sign, conditional use, 309 Church Road.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve application number 2016-0681, Bethel Park High School sign, conditional use, 309 Church Road. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, please call the roll.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Council Magno.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Dixon.
Next item is a resolution, application number 2016-0851, transfer of liquor license agreement, 4599 Library Road, Sheets. I move that we adopt the resolution approving the request of Sheets, Inc. for the transfer of liquor license R10466 from the Borough of Rankin to be used at facilities located at 4599 Library Road, Bethel Park, PA.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the resolution approving the request of Sheets, Inc. for the transfer of liquor license number R10466 from the Borough of Rankin to be used at facilities located at 4599 Library Road, Bethel Park. Any discussion from council?
Mr. Hannon.
Mr. Harrison.
At the public hearing, there were citizens here who were that spoke to the problem of the noise that's generated by people sort of partying in the parking lot there. And Mr. O'Brien pointed out that a Sheets in another location had employed a guard to control that type of activity. And it was turned over to the police chief to look into it and see what we could do to help these citizens with controlling that type of disturbance. So I'd like to ask the chief to just report on what's happened since then.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Harrison, I've been in contact with Mr. Mark Kozar. He is the attorney who is representing Sheets on this issue. We asked for two things. We asked that Sheets post no loitering signs around the property. Mr. Kozar has informed me that Sheets has agreed to that point. They will post the no loitering signs. We also asked them to consider having on-site security guards. We gave Sheets a list of our calls to their property in 2016. There were 77 calls that we responded to down there of various nature. They are reviewing that right now, and they will make a determination later whether they will actually hire security guards or not.
Let me ask the question. These no loitering signs, are we able to cite people if they disrespect that type of posting?
Yes, if it's posted, we'll be able to cite them, and we would also need someone from Sheets management, like on the property, if we went to a hearing, that would have to appear as a victim and say, yeah, these people did not belong on the property. It would be helpful to have those signs, though.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Stan Wolowski.
I want to go to the microphone, please. Microphone.
Stan Wolowski. I'm from Flaherty and O'Hara. I'm Mr. Kozar's colleague. He couldn't make it here tonight, so he asked me to come. Just once again to emphasize, Sheets does realize the issues with the no loitering signs and the request how, if they had security guards on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, it would address some of the concerns. As I think we told Chief, we're definitely going to put the no loitering signs up because we understand once those no loitering signs come up, then we can call the police. The police can then get involved, and we will cooperate in any court hearings after that. And also, Sheets Internal Security is seriously considering and reviewing your request for security guards on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. It's something that they are, as I said, seriously considering. Okay. I just wanted to come here to show you that Sheets, understands your concerns and wanted to tell you, yes, we're definitely want to work with you and the chief so that things there are safe and that the neighbors are not disturbed in any way. Thank you very much for...
Any other discussion from council? Mrs. Miller, please call the roll.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
No.
Council Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-1. Mr. Dixon.
Next item is a resolution for a new traffic signal, Brightwood Road and South Park Road intersection. I move that we adopt the resolution authorizing the appropriate municipal officials to submit an application to the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation Automated Red Light Enforcement Program for the new traffic signal located at the intersection of Brightwood Road and South Park Road.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt a resolution authorizing the appropriate municipal officials to submit an application to the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation Automated Red Light Enforcement Program for the new traffic signal located at the intersection of Brightwood Road and South Park Road. Any discussion from council on this? Mrs. Miller, please call the roll.
Cannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Counsel Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Dixon.
Next item is a resolution for grant acceptance, municipal building renovation, police firing range. I move that we adopt the resolution authorizing the accepting of grant funds through the Redevelopment Authority of Allegheny County Gaming Economic Development Fund grant and executing of the necessary contract documents for the municipal building renovation project.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the resolution authorizing the accepting of grant funds through the Redevelopment Authority of Allegheny County Gaming Economic Development Fund grant and executing the necessary contract documents for the municipal building renovation project. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, please call the roll.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Counsel Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes. Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Dixon.
President, that's all the items we have on the agenda tonight.
Does anybody have any additional items? Hearing none, let's go to health, safety, and welfare, and Mr. O'Brien.
Thank you, James. One item on health, safety, and welfare, the resolution of disposition of records. I move that we adopt the resolution for disposition of public safety records in accordance with Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Society regulations.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the resolution for the disposition of public safety records in accordance with the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Society regulations. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, please call the roll.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Counsel Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. O'Brien.
James, there are no other items on health, safety, and welfare, but I have a few. First of all, I'd like to let people know it's March, and the flags in the Veterans Memorial are from the Irish Brigade. And there are also 2 Civil War battle flags out there, so stop by, and if you're of Irish heritage, this is the month, recognize those beautiful Irish flags. The other item I have tonight is we noticed, many of us out there noticed that Mr. Spagnol is not here tonight. Bill has retired. I found Bill a wonderful, wonderful man and a great friend. He was a man of impeccable character. He's a hometown boy, born and bred here in Bethel Park. Bill's father was a World War II veteran. He was a 101st Airborne Screaming Eagle. He was he was at the Battle of the Bulge, one of the beleaguered, bewildered men of Bastogne. There's other definitions that I can't say. But it's hard to believe when you turn on the History Channel that Bill's father was one of those brave Americans who fought so diligent that day. I found Bill to be humble, intelligent, patient, honest, and fair, and a very respectful man. Willie had an eye to detail, to duty, honor, and country. I think he may have gotten that from his parents. Bill really enjoyed serving and helping the people of Bethel Park. I used to come to him with a problem and he'd say, O'Brien, we need a hook. We need some way to find a way to help these people according to fairness to all and the laws of the municipality. And he never, ever wavered from that principle. We stretched it, we bent it, but he never wavered for it. I have learned so much from Mr. Spagnol over my 26 years. I am very grateful for his help. I am honored to call him my friend. When I first came to this council, things were very difficult. Bill helped manage the course of this municipality through good times and bad, through great accomplishments and lean patches. always using the same skills that he brought to the table each and every day of his 30 years of service to Bethel Park. William, I hope you enjoy your retirement. I pray for your health, your happiness, and your joy. I thank you, and Bethel Park thanks you for 30 years of wonderful service. Thank you. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Anybody have any comments on that? Let's move to Public Works and Maintenance, and Ms. Gibbons.
2017 road program. I move that we award the 2017 road program contract to Melee and Melee & Sons, Inc. for the low bid amount of $1,904,057.53 in accordance with the Community Services Director's correspondence dated March 10, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to award the 2017 road program contract to Melee and Melee & Sons, Incorporated for the low bid amount of $1,904,057.53 in accordance with the Community Service Director's correspondence dated March 10th, 2017. Anybody discussion on this? Mrs. Miller, would you please call the roll?
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Consolmagno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannan.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Gibbons.
2017 crack ceiling contract. I move that we award the 2017 crack ceiling contract to Matcon Diamond, Inc. for the low bid amount of $61,950 in accordance with the Community Services Director's correspondence dated March 10th, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to award the 2017 crack ceiling contract to Matcon Diamond, Inc. for the low bid amount of $61,950 in accordance with the Community Service Director's correspondence dated March 10th, 2017. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, please call the roll.
Colella.
Yes.
Consolmagno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannan.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Ms. Gibbons.
Cherry Street Storm Sewer Replacement Project Phase 2. I move that we accept the bid award by Shaycog to the low bidder, Independent Enterprises, Inc. for the $43,449.50 for the Cherry Street Storm Sewer Replacement Project Phase 2 in accordance with the Community Services Director's correspondence dated February 27, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to accept the bid award by Shaycog to the low bidder, Independent Enterprises, Inc. for $43,449.50 for the Cherry Street Storm Sewer Replacement Project Phase 2 in accordance with the Community Service Director's correspondence dated February 27th, 2017. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, please call the roll.
Consolmagno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannan.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Ms. Gibbons.
Industrial Park Stormwater Management Proposal. I move that we approve the Stormwater Management Study Proposal from Gateway Engineers in the amount not to exceed $50,000 in accordance with the Community Services Director's correspondence dated March 9th, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the Stormwater Management Study Proposal from Gateway Engineers in the amount not to exceed $50,000 in accordance with the Community Services Director's correspondence dated March 9th, 2017. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, would you please call the roll?
Dixon.
Yes.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannan.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Consolmagno.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Gibbons.
Allegheny County Memorandum of Understanding. I move that we enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Allegheny County Conservation District to formalize our interactions with respect to MS4 programs as well as related programs in accordance with the Director of Community Services Director's correspondence dated March 9, 2017.
Second.
There's a motion and a second that we enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Allegheny County Conservation District to formalize our interactions with respect to MS4 programs as well as related programs in accordance with the Director of Community Services correspondence dated March 9th, 2017. Any discussion from council? Ms. Miller, please call the roll.
Gibbons.
Yes.
Hannan.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Colella.
Yes.
Counsel Magno.
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. Ms. Gibbons.
No additional items under Public Works and Maintenance.
Any additional items?
Mr. Hannon,
Counsel Magno?
I'd just like to thank Mr. Bob McCormick for arranging a community gathering on Saturday, March 4th. Bob is the president of the Community Impact Coalition. He arranged a gathering for the Ward 1 residents. We had a nice turnout and appreciated everyone coming out and discussing some of the concerns in Ward 1. Also like to thank President Maury and Sean Arbaugh for attending to help answer their questions and open up government to the people. Appreciated everyone's attending that day. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional items for anybody? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody.